Welcome back to Open Your Eyes. We're now moving into our third and final topic for the morning. And it's a conversation with the Belmopan branch of the Belize Cancer Society. In with us, we've got Mr. Luke Ramos, who is the president of the Belmopan branch of the Belize Cancer Society. And we also have Miss Beverly Swayze, who is the president emeritus of the Belmopan branch of the Belize Cancer Society. To you guys, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Marlene. Good morning, John. Good morning, Belize.
Good morning, Marlene and John.
Both of you in the Garden City.
Yes, we are.
Oh man, I could just imagine the fresh air in the Garden City. But let's get on into it. We know that the Belize Cancer Society, actually, this is Breast Cancer Month, and we'd like to know what you guys are doing to commemorate this month.
Okay, John, Breast Cancer Awareness Month is a worldwide annual campaign involving thousands of organizations worldwide. Belize is no exception, which is to highlight the importance of breast awareness, education, and research. If you notice the pink seems to be the color that is going around this month. It represents breast cancer. The theme is to give hope and save lives. Locally, we are asked to show support for breast cancer survivors and those battling the disease by wearing pink ribbons or clothing. And this is where we get our activities for the month.
Yeah.
Our main purpose of the activities for this month is to bring awareness, of course, on breast cancer and to raise much needed funds. John, I guess you realize with COVID-19 pandemic, we were not able to do our main activities, which would have included an annual cancer walk, normally held in May, and our annual pink gala held in October. So we decided that we were going to launch fundraising in October while at the same time create awareness. So our first activity, the 1st of October, we launched what we call a Wear Pink Day donation appeal. This is where we are targeting with the public service, local businesses and organizations to encourage their employees to wear pink one or more Fridays in the month, and at the same time donate $2 or more to the society, right? You notice today I'm wearing my pink. It's not Friday, but I get to wear it on Wednesday.
Just for us, yeah.
Two of our main partners for this initiative are the Social Security Board and the Development Finance Corporation. Now, we're still hoping that other organizations will join us. After all, we have at least 3 more Fridays in this month, no? Luckily, October gave us 5 Fridays, no? Cancer Society members, I noticed as well, John and Marlene, that our members and their families have also joined in the Wear Pink on Friday now. Another, while we're saying, well, why just a Friday, we also launched what we call a Wear a Pink Ribbon donation appeal. Similarly, we have launched where the Cancer Society members and the community are encouraged to wear a pink ribbon daily for the month. So if you can't do it on Friday, you take a smiley ribbon and put it on your chest, and you wear it throughout the whole month. Hopefully it will generate some interest, and people will ask you, well, why you wear that pink ribbon? Then you could engage them and let them know that, guess what, this is Cancer Awareness Month. And we're focusing on, giving support to those who are battling the disease, no? As well, we ask that, not just wear it, but please give me $2 or more towards the initiative as well, no?
Well, I was going to say that's actually a part of your fundraising efforts. We know that most NGOs can't do their big fundraising events to help them cover costs and assist people. So your ribbon and your Wear Pink Fridays, those are actually fundraisers that people can participate in. Tell us how.
Yes, it is so true, yes. And like I said, it's really catching on. And you know that while we are doing it in Belmopan, it doesn't stop anybody from countrywide to do it as well, no? To wear the pink. No, of course, don't just wear it. Like we say, let us have the donations. We need it for what we do, no? Coming up on the 24th, we're also planning, we're doing our final plan for a virtual walk donation appeal. We're saying we can't walk in a crowd, but you can go individually or with members of your family. You could take a long walk or a short walk, probably around the ring road. In the case of Belmopan, you know that the ring road is one of those areas that we walk the most. And at the same time, you could secure a donation for such walk. Again, that would be you're creating awareness, you're exercising, as well as you are contributing financially to what we do in the society. Yeah. And then the last fundraising activity we are focusing on for this month is the where we have grateful to the following local business, mainly Tibby's, Sunny City Supermarket, Hangmart, St. John's Credit Union, and the Barry for allowing us to place our donation boxes at their establishment, right? We encourage John and Marlene, if you're in Belmopan and shopping in these areas, we encourage you to give generously, no? In those boxes, right? And on the awareness side, though, of course, we are on today's show. We have a very active Facebook page where we've been posting cancer awareness questions and answers for a small prize. Last Saturday, we featured last year's Cancer Walk, where we had quite a number, close to 1,000 people walking. And then this Saturday, we're going to feature on the Facebook page our Pink Gala from last year. Again, it was a very successful fundraiser. Yeah. And then we're going to close off the month with our annual candlelight vigil, which is to be on the 25th of October at 4 p.m. to be featured virtually. And this and all awareness activity will be on our Facebook. No? So we're encouraging people to please visit. If you see some nice pictures of people wearing pink, that is a pink fever that is happening in the
All right, let's get Miss Bev in for a second. Miss Bev, so there's a big change in how you would normally celebrate. Quite a number of your activities are going to be virtual. Tell us about how you plan to do the virtual walk and the candlelight vigil.
Well, I think Mr. Luke will be telling you about that as well.
In the case of the virtual walk, what we're saying is that you can just walk. You can, if you let us know, we will come out and video it for you. Now we could take our camera and video it for you, or you can use your camera, video it, and send it to us so that we're aware that you're doing it. In fact, we're asking that you register first so that we know that you're doing it. And then we move on from there. We're still finalizing the plan for it. We have some ideas, and we have some others that are suggesting what would be the best way to do it. And hopefully this week we could nail that down and have it as an activity now.
How do you collect the funds? Because you want people to offer their support by using the ribbon, wearing pink, or participating in the virtual walk. But how are you collecting the funds that you're asking people to donate?
In the case of the ribbons, we are asking the members are the key aspect of that. They are in contact with those that are wearing the ribbons. We give them ribbons and they are to do the collection on our behalf. No? In the case of the businesses, in the case of the government services, they were going to be asking the finance officers to assist. In the case of the local businesses, they will designate someone that will do the collection on our behalf. And at the end of the period, they'll be able to provide us with those funds.
Okay.
All right.
And Ms. Bev?
Yes, ask Ms. Bev to explain a bit about breast cancer.
Okay.
I am dealing with breast cancer awareness. I myself am a breast cancer survivor for the past 23 years.
Wow.
Yes, and I just want to give a few tips as to how you recognize when you're having breast cancer.
Okay.
Some of the things you will feel or notice are lumps. You may have discharge from your nipples, and sometimes it smells foul. Sometimes it's bleeding. Other times the breast gets discolored. You know, you might notice rashes on it, or it gets red, or maybe even darker. Other times the nipples, if you notice your nipples, your nipples, they mostly face down. If you see one turning up, inverted, and it's getting hard, you have to check that out because it could be breast cancer. I'm not saying all the time it will be, but most of the time it will probably be like that. And so when you examine, you have to self-examine. That's one of the way of preventing. You have to examine yourself. Know your body. Know your body and know especially your breasts. And you will see in the picture here that the person puts one hand behind the back, and you feel, you can go around from the center outward to feel if you feel any lumps. And the lumps could be under your arm, and it could be also around your neck.
Wow.
And it could be below your breast as well, because that's where I felt the lump below my breast. And I thought it was a rib sticking out or something like that. And when I eventually found out it was the beginning of cancer, I caught mine in the early stages, and early detection is the best protection.
Thank you for saying that.
I'm here today.
Yeah. And that's the key thing, you know. You mentioned that you were able to detect it early stage. There's a big difference between treatment options, between survival rates, if you detect it at stage 1 versus at stage 4. What's your advice to women across the country about doing that monthly check and then following up with the doctor if they find anything?
Yeah, you start at an early age. I would say at about 20, you start noticing your breasts, you know, examining them. And if you see any abnormal bleeding, or as I said, secreting fluid from the nipples, then you need to check it out, you know. And then ways you can check it out too is if you see anything abnormal, you go to your doctor. You might have to do a biopsy. Because that's what I did. When I found my lump and I went to the doctor, he says, well, you know, 20% of the times it's cancerous. The other 80%, it's, you know, it's okay. But 20% of time when they find lumps and they see those signs, it might be cancerous. And so I took my biopsy and came back in 2 weeks' time. And that's how I knew I had cancer. Because I didn't believe I had it. You know, when you have it, you're always in denial. You don't want to really accept that because you don't want to take off your breasts. And, you know, that's your sexuality. And then you feel abnormal. You know, when that comes off, you don't feel good about yourself. So,
and that's what makes it a hard choice for young women to go in and get checked sometimes. Tell us a bit about what you guys have seen in Belmopan. I mean, how young are the women who are coming in maybe asking for help or guidance?
Well, as I tell you, Marlene, it can range from late teens right through.
Wow.
Right through.
And then you know, I think one of the things that you mentioned that is very important is you get in denial because you're so afraid that it is that you don't want to believe that it is. But I think one of the things that is a breakthrough, Ms. Bev, is the supporting cast that you've got. When such thing is detected, what would you urge a family to do for that individual so we could help that person make that breakthrough and get better?
You can go to the Cancer Society. You have branches and groups of people who have come together to be supportive to cancer patients, especially breast cancer. And read. What I did when I found out I had cancer, I got every book you could think of on cancer. And I took a whole week and I read through everything that I could have read and read through. And found out what I needed to do. And my doctor recommended that I go abroad. I went to Merida, and that's where I did my surgery. You find out that sometimes you can do a radical mastectomy. That means they cut the breast completely off, or they might just cut off a part of it. But it's just as much a problem if you only cut off a piece, because then it's hard to get a prosthesis that will fit into your bra to make you look like you have a breast. When it's only part they cut off, it makes it a little bit more difficult. So yes, you need to either approach members of the Cancer Society or cancer groups that are around the country and find out, what are the different ways you can help yourself. Whether you will take a surgery, whether you will just do radiation or do chemotherapy, or some people just ask people to pray for them. Others, besides praying for them, you start taking herbs. They have different things. They say the soursop leaf and the soursop, and anything from the soursop tree is very good. It has shown good results. So there are several things you can do. Just read, ask questions, get people to help you decide. And if your family is there too, they can help you decide. Because if you're thinking about surgery, you have to think about the money to do it. And the medicinal things, the herbal things, you can probably afford that. But it will depend on how you feel about it, what you want to do, and what you can afford to do.
Now, I know that you as a part of the Cancer Society in Belmopan, you guys offer support to cancer patients, and not just those with breast cancer, but those who are end stage as well, and you offer palliative care. How's that been going since we've been dealing with COVID as well?
I will ask Luke to explain, how we do our screening and how we help patients.
Yes, yes. The main reason why we are doing all these activities in a month is as well to ensure that we could continue to provide the screening and financial assistance that we provide to those who apply now. The applicants have to be from the Belmopan catchment area, which is Franks Eddy to Unitedville, and then St. Margaret on the Hummingbird and Valley of Peace. He must be a citizen of Belize, legally registered. And we ask for a formal letter just saying that you need help and what your situation is. We attach that with your medical information and maybe your biopsy results, the diagnosis by the doctor. And then we are able to look at that. We have a committee of about 7 members who looks at it. We also get some medical advice from a local doctor who looks at the medical terms because we are not too familiar with those. And then after that, we then make a decision as to what to provide for you. The financial assistance is provided for treatment, surgery, chemotherapy, and radiotherapy, and as well for post-treatment tests. We can assist with 3 installments of $600 within a given year, or we could just give the maximum of $1,800 for a given year to assist with that situation. Now we know that amount of money is sometimes like a drop in the bucket depending on where you're going for your treatment. The cost is tremendous for the treatment. In the case of palliative care, what we've been doing is to there exists we had assistance from Dr. Pazzo, who was heading and working with the palliative care area. We are right now at this point trying to see how we could revive that aspect of the palliative care, which is to give some of the emotional support that goes with it. We do provide a grant of maximum of $600 as well to assist with palliative care. And this is why we need all these funds, because last year, what we've been able, even though despite the COVID pandemic and so forth, we've been able to continue to assist. In fact, I'm pleased to report that we assisted at least 5 families since the start of the year now. And we want to get the word out there that we are here to support, and where possible, where we can, we want to be able to provide this support. Marlene and John, we want to be able to share certainly our contact numbers,
Okay.
so that they could reach us. We here in Belmopan, we have a new center. It's 4 years now. In fact, I am operating from the center today. And we're encouraging the Belmopan community, particularly, to become aware of what we do, and to get in touch with us, because we can help. We can help. Every little bit count when you are faced with the situation of breast cancer or any other cancer.
Yeah.
Okay. But like Miss Bev, who has a ton load of knowledge and experience in this area. I'm sure she's been contacted by several who have to go through it, so she can assist them to how best to deal with that situation. So it's an ongoing work, and we are proud to be a part of these activities, proud to be a part of the society, and we want to continue to do what we can to help.
Of course, and I'm sure that there are viewers who are watching who are thinking that they want to be able to assist as well. So where do we send the money if they want? Is there a bank account? Do we call for a bank account number?
There is a number, 623-0202, which is the Belmopan Cancer Society number. Or they can call my personal number, which is 610-5928. They could also send us something via email, which is the bmpcansoc@gmail.com. They could look us up. If they know any of the other cancer members, they could contact them as well, and we'll be glad to be able to, 1, receive your donation, 2, assist you where you need to seek cancer treatment.
All right, and for the rest of us, we can also participate in things like the candlelight vigil and the virtual walks, and all that information is on your Facebook page.
Yes, Belize Cancer Society, Belmopan Branch Facebook page. Please visit with us and see what we do on a day-to-day basis. Marlene and John, I know if I have 1 minute more to wish my daughter, Abigail Ramos, happy birthday today. She is
you can only do it if you're going to sing. And then Ms. Bev does the dance.
Yeah.
So let's see.
I think I could manage the dance more than the singing.
And you know what? It's already raining, so you don't have to worry. Of course you can. Abigail Ramos.
Ramos, yes, 23-year-old today.
Oh, wow. All right. Congratulations to her, and best of luck to her as well. And Miss Bev, it's so nice to hear that you've rebounded, and for the fact that you're well knowledgeable. You picked up books and you read, which of course provided to you much more knowledge, which you share with the younger ones, and that is so excellent. And here's to wishing you best of luck.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Marlene.
I'll be looking out for everyone in pink on Fridays, right?
Please do, please.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you
Or
so
every
much.
day for the month of October.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Take care and stay safe.
Thank you. You too. Have a nice week.
All right, so there we go. We had 3 wonderful conversations. We're about to take our final break of the morning. When we come back, we'll be wrapping things up. Stay with us. We'll be back.